Hi everyone, we're Travel with Jonny and Will, and this is going to be our recap on our day 4 on board Sky Princess when we docked in Oslo. We're currently on a cruise that has left from Southampton and it's visiting Norway and Denmark.
This is our recap whenever we visited the port of Oslo. We didn't have breakfast today, so we got off quite early in the morning as we had a boat trip planned that we booked on Viator. Actually, Ken and Lindsay from Namy Does Cruising had told us about this trip, so we decided to book it online before we came away. So we got off the ship, and as soon as we got off, actually just to let you know this, that you can get the hop on, hop off bus. Did I say that right? Hop on, hop off bus at the cruise terminal. However, we were sort of glad we didn't, because literally as we were coming out, there was, all we heard was this big smash, and basically a coach had reversed into the side of the city.
So like a private coach had reversed into the hop on, hop off. So we were like, oh, they're going to be one bus down today.
Yeah. So we were glad that we weren't on that bus, but we then made our way to the pickup point for our boat trip.
As the boat had docked slightly further away than we had thought, we had quite a bit of a hike through the city. We had to walk for about 1.5 miles, but we weren't that pushed doing it. Our boat had docked slightly further away than we had expected, and we needed to get to the Opera House because that was where our little pleasure cruise vessel was going to be.
On Viator, it was literally titled Sustainable Boat Trip. So it was, that's what the title of it was.
But we actually really didn't mind the walk because it's a lovely city and there's a lot to see when you're on your walk.
So once we got there, I had trouble getting the ticket up on the email.
I thought he was gonna, like, I couldn't even speak to you because if I said something, oh, you're not helping,
No, well, you weren't helping because you were like, oh, click this. I was like, yes, I have clicked it. I'm aware of how to click where it says click here for your tickets. But it just, the phones just sort of kept doing a wee whirly thing. But luckily, we did have the booking reference number and the lady was able to find our booking without a problem. So we were able to get straight on.
Yeah.
And this boat was really well kitted out. There was a little coffee shop on board. There was really plush indoor seating. But it was such a beautiful day. Like the sun was splitting the trees, as we would say, and we just wanted to be outside.
Yeah, it was the most modern little boat that I've ever seen.
Yeah, and very accessible because there was a ramp onto the ship, obviously, and then every level that you went up outside, there was no steps. It was all ramped. Yeah. And actually, one of the guests on the Grip cruise had an electric wheelchair. They were here as part of a princess excursion, but again, he had no difficulty sort of racing up and down.
Yeah, it was crazy good how accessible that vessel was. Yeah.
Now, this boat trip, it was a bit on the, I know this sounds terrible, it was a wee bit on the dull side because it just really took us into that Oslofjord and that harbour area. Now, that is what the cruise was entitled, but I sort of think we sort of were expecting a bit more. However, the scenery was just beautiful. It was such a pleasant day. We could feel the sun beating down on us. We were chatting to different people, that we had met on the boat. Yeah. And we spied this little house sort of sitting out in its own. There was a little island and everything.
An island with houses on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just the views were just spectacular, but I don't know, maybe we were expecting something different. But again, I don't think we could fault it for what it was. And it wasn't expensive. No. I think the price we paid was around £31, and the trip itself just lasted about 1.5 hours or slightly more.
Yeah, and the company that owned the boat was called the Fjord, and the vessel was called Vision of the Fjord. Yeah. And it was a lovely vessel. Yeah. Just also want to mention we got chatting to Chris and Tracy. And it was really nice to catch up with them, and they said they watched our video, so yeah, lovely to meet you.
So we made our way after our boat trip then. We wanted to head to the Royal Palace, as we had read online that the changing of the guard took place at 1:30. So we used Google Maps to make our way with Will taking charge of leading the way. And en route, we stopped off at a little street cafe for some food.
The first thing our friend Lynn wanted to order was like a gin and tonic. And they would not allow this. They said that was for the afternoon, for the stronger liquor or something. It was
so they
really odd.
Yeah. So basically, they had sort of said,
it was
like
too early in the day.
Too early in the day, basically. So they could only serve her something with a lesser alcohol
Like
volume.
wine.
So like wine or beer. So she had a glass of wine. We were just on Pepsi Maxes, and then we actually shared a pizza.
Yeah.
Now we ordered the pizza thinking it was going to be massive, and it sort of nearly came out like a little flatbread pizza. But look, we had 2 little slices each, and it was more than enough. It was just to get us through until we were back on board later for our dinner.
It was tiny.
Yeah, but it was really nice. So
I definitely could have eaten a full one myself.
but afterwards then, it was just nice actually sitting there.
I
because
know.
there was quite a few people sitting around. There's other little cafes and things too. And it's quite busy because it is sort of the main route then towards the palace. So obviously a lot of other tourists were heading in that same direction.
But also a lot of people that were coming and going from their offices, nipping out to get food, and just that way of life. And it was just nice to see that and experience those different cultures.
Yeah, and we headed in, again, we weren't pushed for time or anything, so we made our way then to the Royal Palace. We were there a bit early, and so we took up residence at the big monument there, and we sort of got a seat in the shade.
But oh my gosh, on the way up it was so hot.
I know. And like we did not expect this kind of weather like from Oslo, because you might not be able to see, but like I literally got burnt, like my head's burnt and my
You look like a tomato.
I do look like a tomato.
But I wore a cap, so I was alright.
You were sensible. And of course we didn't take sun cream with us either, but we did.
We do have it, it's just we didn't have it with us.
We just didn't have it with us. So,
but why were we going to the Royal Palace then?
Yeah, so we were wanting to see the changing of the guard. Now, I would say it was a bit underwhelming. Certainly, I think the Buckingham Palace has there's more like pomp and ceremony about it, and it's nice to watch. This was a wee bit dull, and by comparison, would you not agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we were glad we went.
But we also seen like something where there was an important person to come out of the palace.
Well, we
so
assume
they had
it was
we had a little thing going on then.
Yeah, we assume it was an important people because then these guards come out and somebody played an old bugle, and it might have just been like the kitchen staff changing shift or something in the
Well, I don't not in a BMW 7 Series now. Come on.
But yeah, so there was something happening. We don't know what, but there was something happening.
Oh, do you remember that lady came over to us and was like, "They've delayed to have to."
That's right. Well,
and then. Like it wasn't delayed at all?
Oh, I think she was literally trying to get everybody to clear off.
Yeah.
Yes. She was being crafty. So, but we didn't. Because we nearly did leave. Because we were like,
and then we saw something happening. I was like, okay, well, it was like 5 minutes before 1:30.
I hope she missed it just out of spite. But yeah, so afterwards then we decided we were going to make our way back to the ship. It was sweltering heat, so it was. I could literally feel my flesh burning in the sun. And again, on the way back to the ship, our friend had to call into Starbucks to get her Oslo mug. But we made then our way back to the ship. And again, took us about 30 minutes sort of a walk to get back. But again, we weren't pushed for time. We didn't rush.
No.
There's some nice gardens and water features on the way back. And then we walked sort of around that marina direction with lots of eateries. And
and there was dogs. Cute dogs.
And I really enjoyed the day in Oslo.
I liked the way that close to where the ship docked, there was so much.
Yeah.
Do you know, they encouraged people to come into the city and sit and eat and drink and shop.
Yeah, and there was a lot of excursions for Oslo. I'm sort of glad we didn't book one, because I sort of feel that, we sort of seen and experienced more of Oslo ourselves, just, on foot. So it is definitely somewhere that we'd like to visit again, as we didn't want to chance this today, but apparently on the Opera House you can literally walk right up to the very top of the Opera House and admire the views, so we probably would do that the next time we're here.
We definitely will when we return, So when we got back to the cabin, this one was so warm. Oh, I'm sweating. I then went down to get a drink or something, came back. You were in bed. He was like shivering.
I know.
I was like, what is wrong with you?
Maybe I had like heat stroke or something. Because when I first came in, like I say, my head was like literally so hot and scalding. I then got a cold
and you
face
hadn't
cloth
had much to drink.
Yeah, and so then I ended up really cold and had to get into bed. And then I was able to. I was actually later on in the evening we were going to dinner, and I was like, oh my goodness, I think my lip's starting to blister as well with the heat. And
You had not a good day of it.
No, but I still enjoyed our time in Oslo regardless of getting burnt. So. After a while of relaxing in our cabin, you actually went down and got that Princess dessert, because on the Princess Plus package we can get 2 premium desserts per day.
Which is crazy. Why would you eat 2 premium? Why would you eat 2 desserts a day?
Well, we have in restaurants, we have.
Yeah, but I mean,
before,
like,
but on top of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the ice cream place is on deck 5, right next to the piazza. So the premium desserts are as follows, and I'll pop it on the screen now. To be honest, I got the Donatello. It was okay. The glass made it appear bigger than it was. It literally just had 1 scoop of this, honestly, not very nice vanilla gelato, because it was so icy. It wasn't very nice. And then what was meant to be in it, it was missing parts that it had said on the menu was going to be in it. It honestly just wasn't that good, and if I paid $17 for this, I would have been like severely disappointed.
I think what made it look nicer was the fact that the glass itself looks as if it's like dipped in chocolate, and then the sprinkles
like froze onto the glass.
Onto the glass, and it does look pretty, but you literally have to start chipping away.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to really eat that.
Yeah.
I
think you sort of felt it was a wee bit of a flop.
No, it was a big bit of a flop.
So anyway, that was Will's flop, and in terms of his vanilla gelato, so we again, like I said, we just spent time in our cabin. It was time for the sail away, so we were looking out the balcony and that at the sail away. Beautiful sail out of Oslo,
which sort of had similar views to the boat trip we taken earlier, because the boat has to still move quite slowly to get out of Oslo, and stunning. Like, make sure that when you're sailing out of Oslo, if you're doing it during daylight, get to top deck, get to your balcony, just enjoy and admire. Beautiful views.
So this evening we had decided to meet our friends Lynn and Rose that we're travelling with for dinner, and we decided to head to the Estrella restaurant, which is one of the main dining rooms on board. So we went there around 7 p.m, which is not normally a time that we would dine at, because we know it's normally busy, but we did think our chances were going to be high, considering it was a table for 4 that we were looking at and not a table for 2, but the computer said no. But they did give us a little buzzer, and we went out then to the piazza, to a little area of seating over near the photo gallery, and we didn't have long to wait. Like, we only waited about 15-20 minutes, and then our buzzer went and we went straight in and were seated straight away.
So I loved this meal. I really enjoyed it. Here is a look at the menu. Let us know below what you would pick. So for starters, I had the pea salad. I moved on to the carbonara, and then I had, what did I have for my dessert? I had the
cheese plate.
And I had a nutty Irishman, and absolutely everything was beautiful. The carbonara is probably one of the best, and maybe even slightly better than the one you get on Morella in the cheese wheel. Like, it was really, really good. Everything was good on it.
Well, then I had bruschetta, which I really couldn't fault. It was so fresh. And then I went on to a dish called chicken. Is it
scallopine?
Scallopine. Is that what it was? It was like it was like a chicken fillet and like a mushroomy kind of gravy kind of.
Was there lemon
sauce
in it? There's meant to be like lemon infused, and you didn't taste it.
No, I didn't taste the
No.
lemon. And it came with some roast potatoes and veg, and
Yeah,
it
it
was
looked good.
superb.
And Rose had that too.
Yeah.
But then Lynn, our friend Lynn, she had the fish and chips, and she said it was really yummy.
It looked nice too. And then for dessert, I then had a chocolate tart. Now, I didn't have any alcoholic beverages, but I just had a simple coffee then when you were finishing off your nutty Irishman.
So on the way out, we actually got chatting to Nathan and Amy from Namy Does Cruising, and oh my goodness, we must have stood for about an hour chatting all things cruising, social media, and YouTube.
And really, we should have just went and got a seat in a bar because we literally were blocking a corridor
Yeah,
for
we
like an
were.
hour chatting. And it was sort of, it was a bit strange actually.
It was.
But it was nice to meet them. We had, well, we had met them in.
But we hadn't like properly chatted to them, so
Yeah.
it was just really nice.
Yeah, we
could
probably
catch
should have.
up.
Yeah, we should have organised it better though.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, then we thought, look, let's just get a drink. We were pretty tired from our day. I was still like a beetroot. In fact, you know, we got a photograph taken with Nathan and Amy, and I think they posted it saying that they met Will in the tomato.
Will and the tomato, yeah.
Because I was looking.
Sounds
like
about right, yeah.
And so then our intention was just to go to Good Spirits, grab a soft drink, and head back to the cabin. However, things didn't go according to plan because we then had bumped into some people from the Grip Cruise. Carla and Andy were there, and Elaine.
Elaine was there, yeah.
And we ended up sitting and having a drink with them. But we still had a reasonably early night because I think we went to International Cafe about 11 o'clock.
Yeah, and we just grabbed something and
Yeah,
went
we
back
want
to the room.
coffee and a cookie. I got a cappuccino and a cookie.
And I just had a cookie, yeah.
So that's been our recap of our visit to Oslo, a city that we definitely want to visit again. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a wee like and thumbs up down below. And if you can, please hit subscribe. We're trying to reach our next milestone. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to be alerted the next time us two post a new video.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.